Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokar Kodash. That one to the Apostle of Nails with a millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Alright, more times of India. Hey, let's take it, accept it what it is, right? It's a U.S. verse. The verse is Venezuela war begins. Maduro stunned Trump, sends shock orders to Navy over oil blockage. So in other words, the word is that Venezuelan president, right? Maduro is going to, or is, not sure which one, is going to use his navy to escort their oil tankers. Now we're about to see what Trump made of, for real, right? Would he, could this bullying escalate into what? Into what we've been waiting for? Could lead on to what in the war of Armageddon? We don't know, but let's get into
it. Venezuela is openly defying President Donald Trump's blockade threat. President Nicolas Maduro has ordered the Venezuelan Navy to escort ships carrying petroleum products out of the country, a move that risks a direct confrontation with the United States on the high seas. The New York Times reported that several vessels sailed from Venezuela toward Asia under naval protection between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. The ships were carrying oil-related products, including urea and petroleum coke, and none are currently on Washington's list of sanctioned tankers. But the message from Caracas is unmistakable. This follows a rapid escalation, triggered first by the Trump administration's seizure of a tanker last week, and then by the president's declaration of a partial blockade aimed at Venezuela's oil industry. U.S. officials now warn the risk of a violent clash has increased.
The reason we exist is because you can...
Bear with me.
For months, Maduro has largely avoided responding with force, even as the Trump administration intensified pressure, including maritime actions that legal experts have questioned. But that restraint is now being tested. Venezuela's oil exports are the backbone of its economy, and Trump's strategy is designed to choke off that lifeline by cutting tanker traffic and seizing ship.
Now, how do drug dealings, which is the overall point of the military getting involved, was drug running to America, turned into what? Oil tankers. Did we not say? I know I did about three, 4 videos on this here concerning that. We know this about oil.
Publicly, the administration frames the operation as a counter-narcotics effort. Privately, Venezuelan oil has become a central tool in Washington's campaign to weaken and ultimately oust Maduro. U.S. officials confirm they are aware of the Venezuelan naval escorts and are now weighing their response. Inside Washington, the blockade announcement reportedly caught senior Pentagon and Southern Command officials off guard. By Wednesday, they were scrambling to determine who would actually enforce it. There is still no clear answer. It remains uncertain whether the U.S. military would take the lead, or whether the Coast Guard and other law enforcement agencies would spearhead the operation, with the Defense Department in a supporting role.
Man, America is scattered all over America. I mean, the troops of America is in these, what do you say? Anyway, I mean, they still scattered. Whether whoever they, let me hear that again, because I lost my chain of thought. Let's back up a little bit right here.
Coast Guard and other law...
Yes, Coast Guard. Whether it's Coast Guard or the military. Huh? They're what? They're scattered everywhere. Throughout what? America. They're spreading thin. Woo! Escalated, baby. Escalated. Let's get it over with, because we ready to get the hell up out of here.
Law enforcement agencies would spearhead the operation, with the Defense Department in a supporting role. Trump has since narrowed his language, saying the goal is to stop only sanctioned tankers. But with Venezuelan warships now escorting oil vessels into open waters...
How are you going to choose which one of these people's tankers are sanctioned? Who makes you... See? DJ Trump, boy. DJ Trump is definitely that cruel lord, man. He's that bully, right? He's the bully. He's the one to bring in that third woe. He is definitely the one to bring in that third woe, y'all. Because he's reckless. He has reckless behavior. Y'all know what I mean concerning reckless behavior, right? Let me see something. What is reckless behavior?
Reckless behavior means acting with a total disregard for safety, going far beyond what a careful person would do. It involves knowingly taking dangerous risks, often for excitement.
Huh? It's not that DJ Trump all the way. Huh? It's not that Trump all the way, y'all. Reckless behavior is acting with a conscious, extreme disregard for safety and potential dangers, severely departing from the care of what a reasonable person will use. He'll say one thing today, and then tomorrow he'll say something else. Then the next day he'll say something else.
What began as economic pressure is fast turning into a maritime standoff, and the next encounter at sea could determine whether this crisis remains diplomatic or turns into something far more dangerous.
What is the Kremlin's stance regarding the escalation surrounding Venezuela? Is Russia offering its support to Venezuela? Are the United States' actions truly justified? And is there a genuine risk that this situation might escalate into a military?
Y'all see that there? Moscow, Russia, right? December the 18th. Beijing, China, December the 18th, right? They're what? They are supporting Venezuela.
Conflict.
We are seeing an escalation of tensions in the region. We consider this potentially very dangerous. Venezuela is our ally, our partner, and we maintain constant contacts, including, as you know, high-level contacts. President Putin recently had a telephone conversation with President Maduro. And of course, we are calling on all countries in the region to exercise maximum restraint so as to avoid any kind of unpredictable development of the situation.
The Chinese side firmly opposes all unilateral acts of...
I seen a video yesterday, I think it was on the same channel, right? When they say that Putin warned Trump of a fatal mistake when China breaks silence. So, hey, you know, according to their news, or according to this news, they're what? They are definitely supporting Venezuela. But hey, take it as a grain of salt.
bullying, and supports all countries in defending their national sovereignty and dignity. Venezuela has the inherent right to pursue its own independent development and to foster mutually beneficial cooperation with all other nations. We firmly believe that the international community will understand and fully support Venezuela's legitimate position in safeguarding its sovereign rights and national interests. China supports Venezuela's request for an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council. I see this queen in the car. Let's see if she like it.
That one, y'all. You go eat with this. You cater to eat with this bullshit.
A new flashpoint is erupting in the global power struggle. Russia and China are reacting sharply to President Donald Trump's decision to impose a blockade on Venezuela's sanctioned oil trade. The Kremlin warned that tensions in Latin America are rising fast and could spiral out of control. Russia's foreign ministry said it hopes the Trump administration does not make a fatal mistake.
It's a blockade. We're not going to let anybody going through that shouldn't be going through. You remember they took all of our...
Yeah, I just said it earlier. Putin said what? That Trump warns Trump don't make a fatal mistake.
energy rights. They took all of our oil from not that long ago, and we want it back. But they took it. They illegally took it.
See, he was just talking about drugs, drug running. Now he went from saying that they took their oil, took his oil. Man. Whew, boy, you can't trust these devils, huh? Well, you know what? Let's read. I'm gonna come back to the video, y'all. Bear with me. Let me read a little bit here. Maynard says politicians who vote for war must either go to war themselves first and fight on the front line, or send their firstborn. Yeah, sound good. Sound good. I don't know what his name is. He said, last time I checked, Venezuela was in South America. Yeah, but don't Venezuela sit in the north, y'all? If I'm not mistaken. But I know it's you know what, let's see something. Let's see. But you know DJ Trump, not Trump, but America, they change, if they get their hands on a country, they'll take it and split it in half. Call this part here north and this part here south. Let's see. Venezuela sits in South America. I know
Venezuela is in northern South America, bordering Colombia, Brazil, and Guyana. It has a long Caribbean coastline and diverse landscapes, including the Andes Mountains, the Amazon rainforest, and the Orinoco Plains.
Wait a minute now. Let me see something. I think the other end of it. Okay, location. Okay, key geographical features and location situated at the northern tip of South America, bordering the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Neighbors are Colombia, which sits in the west, Brazil, which sits in the south, and Guyana, which sits in the east. Terrain, the country has varied geography, including the Andes Mountains in the west, and Guyana highlights not what I wanted, but okay. The northern part of the country is the most populated and industrialized. Venezuela is known for its extensive oil reserves, which have significantly impacted its economy and development. I got a little something out of that, but anyway, let's read a little more. Richard says, first few months, Trump was shouting and roaring about drug dealers. Exactly. Did I not just say that? Shouting about drug dealers ruining America. Now he has changed his story and he's shouting they stole our oil. Man, this is what the devil do, y'all. This is what the devil do. They never take responsibility for what? For their actions, right? Okay, Handel says to, who the guy is? PP, the guy, he responded to the guy last time I checked. Okay. He said, dude, the American Empire are just a bunch of weird old British squatters sitting on the land that was once or of the Asian Empire that tried to occupy as Guess somebody want to teach us, y'all. Much of the world as possible, South Korea, Ukraine, all these will start because they view other states as their what proxies, without doing too much to create the singular culture of hive or trade commerce. Anyway, I want to get some of the juices. Let's see. Michael say Venezuela has got no choice, the oil or their economy. All is nachos. Let me see something else. I want to see. They say Mark says, so why is the country so poor? Oh, that's right. The stolen what? Presidency. There we go, y'all. There they go. 102% default of Venezuela with a 2% margin of error. Must be some small hatters here. Their shit ass economy has been literally relying so fucking much on oil for so long that every time their oil lost price, their country went to shit. So why you work? I mean, but the thing is, Esau Edom is something else, man. These people here is something else, man. No, their economy going to shit because the bullets on the block, it keep doing what? Keep taking stuff for free. That's literally what it is, right? But a time gonna come where let the weak side I'm strong. Sure will. With that Joel, we'll go to that too. 3 and 10? I think it's 3 and 10. I think that's what it is. Anyway, Trump wants to give America war plunder like the German Reich took art and anything not nailed down. America is a land of pirates. Sure is. Literally. Look at them. Look what they're doing there in the sea. A bunch of pirates. Hit and I don't know the name. Let me see. Yeah, it's called the Dutch disease as well as socialism. Yeah, this is what America does. America love going to other countries, and in the process they go to other countries, they'll bomb them to death, blow everything up, and then turn around and put their give them money, and in the process of them putting their money in the give them money and put their banks in their country. So when they put their bank and their money in their country, they can do what? They can tax them. There it is, y'all. That's the overall scheme of America being able to tax people all the way across the world by using what? Their money.
Land, oil rights, whatever we had, they took it away because we had a president that maybe wasn't watching. But they're not going to do that. We want it back. They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back.
The concern centers on Washington's move to block oil tankers entering and leaving Venezuelan waters, a step designed to...
No, they ain't took anything. It just kicked y'all out. Huh? They kick you out. Just like with those with them Africans over there, they kick you out their countries too. Right? They kick not American, but with them Frenchmen, they kick them over there too. They kicking them out. Everybody is on to what? Who Esau Edom is. Everybody on to their lies. So guess what? The world is actually coming up against Esau Edom. America is almost done.
Tighten pressure on President Nicolas Maduro's government. The impact is already visible. Oil tankers loaded with millions of barrels are now stranded off Venezuela's coast, unwilling to risk seizure after the U.S. intercepted a sanctioned vessel last week. Russia claims the escalation is deliberate and dangerous. Calling Venezuela a close ally, Moscow says it is in constant contact with Caracas and strongly opposes what it describes as unilateral decisions that threaten international shipping. The Kremlin is now urging countries across Latin America to show restraint. warning of unpredictable consequences for the entire Western Hemisphere. President Vladimir Putin, officials confirm, has already spoken directly with President Maduro, and the message from Moscow is clear: back away before this turns into something far bigger. Meanwhile, China broke its silence, condemning what it calls unilateral bullying by the United States. Chinese officials said Venezuela has the right to develop partnerships free.
Unilateral bullying. Let's look that up, y'all. Let's look that up. Unilateral bullying.
Unilateral bullying describes actions that are one-sided and involve a power imbalance. This can mean things like sanctions or blockades, or even persistent harassment in personal situations. It shows a lack of respect for rules and cooperation.
It's just like going on with a bunch of kids on the playground, and you the tallest and the biggest thing on the playground, and you go over there and take everybody food, kick everybody off a ride, and get on whatever ride you want to get on. That's what America do. That's what America's doing. Get on, huh? America good at taking advantage of people that can't fight back for real, for real. This is what they do.
From outside pressure and accused Washington of undermining sovereignty and national dignity. China also said it supports Venezuela's call for an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council to address the blockade. But for now, Beijing has stopped short of pledging direct assistance. As U.S. pressure tightens, as oil tankers sit idle, and as rival powers close ranks around Caracas, a regional standoff is forming, and Washington's next move could decide whether this confrontation remains diplomatic or tips into something far more dangerous.
We are standing on our own land. We are acting within our legitimate rights, and we are defending the most sacred possession a nation can have: the fundamental right to a future for its young boys, for its young girls, for all its families, and for its entire population. War, we have unequivocally stated our refusal. The overwhelming majority of the population is completely and utterly opposed to any form of military intervention. They're saying in the United States, interventionism must finally come to an end. Today I spoke with the UN Secretary General. I had a very long talk, and I fully explained to him the entire escalation of aggressions and threats that are taking place. And what has...
I don't know, y'all. This bad when they jump around everywhere. We won't know until we know, right? We won't know until we know that whether this is legit or whether this is a bunch of BS. But we know that DJ Trump, he's definitely messing with those people all, right? And we know that Venezuelan allies, which is the main two allies, is China and Russia. If they're backing them, hey, again, could it escalate into something bigger that could lead into Armageddon? We don't know.
Occurred yesterday and today when the United States government claims that it belongs to them and that we, the Venezuelan people, have stolen their oil. What that means is that Venezuela's oil belongs to them and that all of Venezuela...
Exactly. They all belong to them. The bullies, they've been taking, that's what they do. This is what they do, man.
Minerals, the gold and every other mineral belong to them. And what we had never ever heard before, that the territories of Venezuela actually belong to them, and we are now forced to return them to them without any delay. It is quite simply, and without any doubt, a clear manifestation of a warmongering and colonialist agenda. And we have said this quite often, and now everyone can see truth has finally been revealed. In Venezuela, a regime change is being sought to impose. A puppet government that wouldn't last even 47 hours, that would come to hand over our constitution, our sovereignty, and all our national wealth, and turn Venezuela into a mere colony. Simply put, that will never, ever happen. Never, never, never in the life. Venezuela will be a colony of nothing, of no one, ever. Today I can truly say that Venezuela has achieved the most powerful level of national unity that we have ever experienced in our history. And this national unity has only one objective: to ensure that international law is respected, to ensure that national sovereignty is respected by exercising it, and to ensure that the right to peace, to life, and to the future of Venezuela is respected, and that right to peace and to life will be respected.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard him, right? You just got to wait to see. See what is what. Let me see something. See if I can get Trump back on here. Can I get Trump in here back on here, y'all? Y'all bear with me. Real quick. Excuse me. There we go. We put them all on there. Alright. Now, like I said earlier, right, could this bullying escalate into what? To what we what I say? To what we've been waiting for? I mean, you know, Venezuela is using their naval ships to escort their oil tankers, and in the same token, Putin has no, in the same token they got Putin in China. Putin in China is highlighting what Trump's bullying, man. This is what we're seeing. Let's see something here. Joel. I'm gonna go to Joel real quick. Joel say 3. Now I'm back right here. 3 and 10. I know I want 3 and 10, right? Joel 3 and okay, here we go. Joel 3 and verse 10. And it says, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the weak say, I am strong. Could this bring in the in that third woe? Could it? Could it bring in the third woe? Which is what? Third World War. Right? Let's see, Revelations. Revelation 9 and verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes. That's World War I, which is what first woe, and World War II, which is what? The second woe. One woe is past, World War I, and behold, there come 2 woes, World War II, more hereafter. What does that mean? More hereafter. Let's go to Revelations 11 and verse 14. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So this could escalate at the snap of a finger, man, at any moment. And it could lead what? It could go even further. Now we know that the war of Armageddon, Yahweh Shaphat, which is the war of troops, excuse me, the final stands is what? And is and will be in, excuse me, y'all, is and will be in what? Be in the so-called Middle East. Right? Let's get let's stay in Revelations. Let's go to Revelations 16 and verse, where I want to start at? 16 and 14. For they are the spirit of devils, working miracles, meaning that's Esau Edom in his technology, right? For they are the spirit of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto what? The kings of the earth. And of the whole world, to gather them to the what? The battle of that great day of thy power almighty. And again, like I said, now we know that what the war of Armageddon, which is Yahweh Shaphat, the war of troops, their final stand is going to be in what? Will be in the so-called Middle East, man. Let's go back to Joel. Let's go back to Joel right quick, right? Joel, I actually want 3. Joel, well, 3 again, but I want to go to verse, let's see, Joel 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is World War III. Damn, did I finish my, I didn't finish my thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Did I finish Revelations? I don't remember finishing Revelations, what was that? Revelation 16. I think I did. Let's see something. I think I did. Y'all bear with me. No, I didn't. I didn't finish it. So let's read this again. Let's go to Revelations 16 and verse 14. For they are the spirit of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth. And again, that miracles are what? Are Esau Edom's technology. And of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of thy power almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth. Who was that, y'all? That's the us, which is the hopeful elect, right? Us, the hopeful elect of the Israelites, and keepeth his garments, meaning keep the truth, lest he walk naked. And plenty of them walking naked. Now most of these Israelites are teaching what? That the heathen can be saved. So they were doing what? So now they walking naked. He walked naked, and what? And they see his shame. Verse 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, meaning what? War of troops. Now let's go back to Joel 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, World War III, so-called Middle East, and will plead, meaning what? Judge with them there for my people. Who is his people? The Israelites. The Israelites are what? Are the Most High people. For my people and for my heritage, because those small hatters over there that stole the what? The heritage of what? Of the true people of what? Of the Most High. Of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. For my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. Because we are what? The diaspora, we are what? We are scattered in the four corners of America. And most of us are what? Are actually fighting for Esau Edom. For his love. Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Who are those Gentiles? The other nations. The other nations. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, which is the other nation. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Which is the other nation. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. For what? What are they coming up to do? They're coming up for war. And what's going to happen? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 9 and verse 5. For every battle of war, of the warrior, should I say, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. What's the confused noise is? Boom, 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 boom. Nuclear destruction in this day, in that day. For every battle of the war is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. That's going to show you what? That's telling you that it's going to be a what? A total massacre, destruction like no other. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fury of fire. But America, take note, but America is that lake of fire. America is the only part of any of the world that will not be livable any longer. Once this place go, it's going to go. It will not come back. Period. And again, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with the burning and fury of fire. Let's go. Let's stay in Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens. How is he going to shake the heavens? Shake the heavens, and the earth shall what? Shall remove out of her place from what? From all of the what? The banging, the missiles. Boom, 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 boom. Can you imagine that, man? Can you imagine when this place gets hit? America or the world, man, that's going to be a lot of... The earth is definitely going to move out of its place. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, meaning armies, and in the day of his fierce anger. I'm gonna read on. No, I don't read on. Let's go to. I got a few more, and I'm gonna close this out. Actually, Malachi 4 in verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. How the day gonna burn as an oven, y'all? With again, nuclear destruction, Yahweh Shai, the chariots, with those lasers. A lot of y'all gonna get zapped. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, all y'all proud asses, right along with Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom went to the 1 and 3, over there 1 and 3, the proud, right? For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, Esau, Edom, first and foremost, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. It's over with. You don't have to worry about Esau, Edom no more with that over there 1 and 18. What about him no more root nor branch, right? And this place will not be livable, America. No longer. But the so-called Middle East, where it's going to catch that hell at, which is the war Armageddon, there's going to be a lot of bodies over there, boy. A lot of them. You know, I know y'all can't fathom it. Y'all hate to hear of death and destruction. You all think the Heavenly Father... See, most of y'all don't know who y'all just call God. Y'all don't know him. You don't know him. Because if you knew him, you would know what? You would know he ain't playing with your ass. Right? 2 Ezra 16 and verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. And we don't shoot with bow and arrows anymore, y'all. Those are going to be what? Nuclear bombs. For strong is his right hand. And the Heavenly Father going to be guiding those what? Those missiles to do what? To do the damage to you, first and foremost, you wicked Israelites. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrow that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to what? To be shot into the ends of the world, right over here in America. Woo! So America gonna get it, y'all. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it just as well as what? The war of Armageddon is gonna take place over what? In the so-called Middle East. Verse 14, behold the plagues, which is Zechariah 14 and 12, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon what? The earth. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out. Just like that water wasn't what? Wasn't going to what? Go anywhere until what? Until the Heavenly Father decided it's going to go anywhere. That fire is not going to be put out once it is kindled. Right? The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. And that's a miracle. But let's hope that this escalate even until what? Armageddon, the war Armageddon, the Yahweh, which is what? The war troops, which is armies that belong to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. So keep pushing the bear, Trump, so we can get the hell up out of here. So when I know say call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Yokai Kudash, Shalom.